Welcome to the Tahola Business Analytics webinar programme. Thank you for your time today. Please may I request that you mute your phones until the end of the webinar. For those that aren't aware of us, Tahola are the go-to people in the hospitality sector for business analytics. We've got some great customers, including Shepherd Neame, Peach Pubs, Tragus and Cafe Nero, who all have great stories to tell about their Tahola analytics solutions. Today is the first in a series of webinars where we'll give you an overview of business analytics and how it can make a positive impact on your business. I'd like to hand you over to Jason Martin, who's our founder and managing director, and he'll talk you through our webinar.
What is business analytics? Well, the definition here is one by Wikipedia, which I think is pretty good, to be honest. It talks about iteration, exploration and insight. So in order to take this a bit further, let's first of all look at what isn't business analytics. So a piece of paper, or a paper report, a PDF, a static Excel spreadsheet, that's not analytics. It might be the beginning of your journey towards analytics. So you might go from a PDF and want to find out some more information and iterate and explore from there. But a PDF in itself is not business analytics. In order to really achieve business analytics, you need to get some data from various data sources in your business, really granular data at the lowest possible level, and that gives you lots of scope then to aggregate that data up, but also drill down to the detail, because like in most things, the devil and the answers are in the detail. So we've been providing business analytics solutions to the hospitality industry for over 15 years now, and almost every single one of those projects involves the EPOS system, or data from the EPOS system. There's loads of really good stuff in there. Again, transaction level, every single key depression of the till in every unit. There's loads of nuggets of gold that you can go mining for. But where business analytics really starts to fly is when you model that data together with other important data from your business. So labour, as an example. Now, labour is probably the second biggest cost, direct cost in your business outside of cost of sale. So something that really needs to be tracked, needs to be kept hold of. You model that data together with your EPOS data. You can look at some very interesting trends. You can look at spend per head, based and also by user, by server, but also you can look at what you've paid those people as well to see whether they're adding value. So something else, another data source you might want to bring in is stock. If you're not doing your stock in your EPOS system, you need to connect to your external system to bring this data in. Some good stuff in there. You can look at what actually makes up that gross profit percentage, all the constituent parts of it. You can also look to see what's been out of stock and whether you've missed some potential sales because you've not got the right stock in the right place. Recently, we've seen a move towards people wanting to bring in other types of data into business analytics. An example is social media. Twitter, Facebook, TripAdvisor, Google Analytics. Let's bring those into business analytics so that we can look at and analyze that data together. So imagine a scenario where in a particular unit you're getting lots of tweets on a particular shift about poor service. If you model all this data together, you can quite easily analyze across, explore, iterate, and you can go and find actually maybe that you've not got enough people rotated on in that unit for that shift, or the people that are on shift aren't trained sufficiently. So these are all questions that you could find out yourself without business analytics. It would just be very time consuming. You have to go into a number of different systems and you'd have to dump things into Excel and play with them. This is about time to insight. If it's all together in one place, it's modeled, it's correct, all your all your business rules and your complex calculations are all built into this, so you've got one version of the truth. It means that your analysis is very quick and very accurate, and you can then make the decision, make the changes you want to make in the business, and move on to the next thing. So this is about making money. Business analytics gives you the tools to be able to reduce costs, improve efficiency, or sell more. So it's about profit. So let's take a look at business analytics in action. What I'm going to do is to go into my browser. I'm using Chrome, but any browser is appropriate here. And I'm going to log in to my business analytics software. Now, the fact it's a browser is key. A lot of what's happening in business analytics at the moment is around mobile. Mobile is a big thing. Business analytics happens in many different places. It's no longer it doesn't no longer just happen in head office on a PC. It might happen in a lay-by on the A5. An area manager might get his iPad out and want to do some analysis while he's out and about. That happens more and more. It may happen in the back office of a pub or a restaurant at 2 o'clock in the morning when the cash up's been done and the end of the day has been run. So what's crucial is the system needs to be flexible enough to be able to allow access to all the people that you want to have access to it. So I've logged in here. This is a dashboard. What you can see here is a dashboard. The data itself, we've got a few different data sources in here. The main one is data from the EPOS system. This is transaction level EPOS data, and it is real data. It was kindly donated by a customer. What I've done is I've changed all the names in here to protect their identity, but the numbers are the same. They're unchanged. So any insight that we gain from this is real. This really happened. So we've got some EPOS data. We've also got some profit and loss data down to EBITDA, and we've got some loyalty data, which we won't do as part of this WebEx. We'll do that in the future. And we've got some budget information as well. And budget's key in dashboarding, gives you something to compare against, and that's coming from Excel. Most people use Excel for budgeting. However, if you've got a budgeting or planning software, we can just as easily pull it in from there. Okay, so this is a dashboard. The key thing about dashboarding is we should gain insight without really doing anything. So straight away, looking at this dashboard, I can see that the data is only 2 hours old. So that's great. Any insight that I gain from this, anything I do here, I know is valid because the data is up to date. The till's polled, and that brought the data in, so I'm good to go. I can see that at the moment we've got no filters applied, and this is my business overview. So this is the whole business. I can see that as a business, our EBITDA's okay. We are ahead of plan for the year to date. We had a bit of a sticky summer. July, August, we missed plan by a little way, but overall we're okay. Our margin is in the green. That's ahead of budget. Our spend per head is just in the green by 8 pence. £10 is our kind of threshold, and we're having a good drive in this business to try and drive spend per head up. We're trying to upsell, sell more desserts, sell more sides. So we've got a bit of a campaign going on that at the moment, so that's worth tracking. Day of week analysis based on covers and our time of day, our time stamps. You can see the 2 peaks at lunchtime and then after work. So we've got 2 divisions in this business. We've got city taverns and country inns. These could be regions as well, north and south, east and west. We've got 2 separate companies in this case, and I can see straight away that we've got a bit of an issue here. Our city taverns division is behind budget because the traffic light is red, and that goes for each of these pubs as well. So the question is, what do we do about it? Well, let's investigate. So I'm going to click on City Taverns. My whole application now is filtered to City Taverns. So this is my EBITDA trend, and we can see that actually the first half of the year was great. We were fine, we were well ahead. but we've either end loaded the budget, or our performance has really dropped off in the last 5 months, because we're now almost behind budget EBITDA. So we've had a pretty torrid last 5 months. Our spend per head is also below the £10 threshold, so we need to get in a bit deeper. That red traffic light actually equates to £156,000 worth of variance, so a significant amount. We need to get in a bit deeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to another sheet. This is the same data, it's just another tab. So there's £156,000, so it's the same data, it's just looked at in more detail. These are all the pubs that are in city taverns, and this tab is dedicated really to unit level analysis. So this is looking at the performance of my unit in detail, and we've got a few different metrics in here. We've obviously got actual net sales versus budget and the variance, which we've spoken about already. We've got a bit of a trend line here that gives us a bit more detail around this number, so it gives us detail over time. We've also got a bit of we've got a trend line based on this number. So this tells us the red dots are when we've missed budget, and the blue dots are when we've hit budget. So we can see that quite easily by unit, variance percentage. We've also got gross profit percentage. EBITDA is another metric that I'm interested in. We've spoken about. We've also got some audit type metrics here, so no sales, clear alls, walkouts, that kind of thing. So that's looking at maybe there's a training issue in each of the in one of the units, because it's outside the parameters that they should be, or maybe there's potential fraud going on. And good old spend per head that we've spoken about previously. So what I want to do is to look at who are the worst offenders within city taverns. So if I double click on variance, we get we sort this in order, worst first. So we can see that actually by far the worst is the Albion, and that's over half my total variance. So if I can go some way to fixing the Albion, I can start to fill this 156k gap. So we can see that actually we have missed, the Albion has missed budget every single period this year to date, apart from this period. So maybe it's on the mend. Who knows? Let's get down a bit deeper. So I select the Albion. Everything in this application is now the Albion, and I can go back to my business overview. Yeah, this is the Albion, and this is key about business analytics. This ability to be able to move. It's really important to be able to move between sheets and use the objects on those sheets to gain the insight that you require. So we can see from an EBITDA point of view, it's woeful. We've never ever hit budget. We're just about okay for margin, but we're almost £1 down on our spend per head. So we've got some problems. Let's move to another tab based on product to see if we can see what products are selling and if there's any particular issues. So again, different tab but the same data, and my filters have followed me through my selections. There's our £77,000 that we spoke about before, and we can see that bar sales are £89,000 behind, whereas food sales are ahead of budget. So the issue is in the bar. So let me drill down, select bar, and drill down through the through the hierarchy, and this is just the product hierarchy that's come from the till system. I need to change my comparator because we budget at top level, so we budget for bar sales and food, not any lower. We don't budget by beer and wine and spirits. I mean, most companies are like that. So let's change it from versus budget to this year versus last year. The budget was based on that anyway. So as I move down, I can see that liqueurs are well down year on year. So let's drill down. That's all in standard liqueurs, and move down. So this is down to the individual product on the till, and we can see that Jägermeister is a problem. So we found a problem. It's not the only problem. It's only £7,000, but it's a start. It's something that we can start to address. So the question is, what do we do now? Well, traditionally, what we do is maybe dump this to Excel or take a screenshot of it and email it. And you may email it to the regional director, the operations director, the area manager, and the general manager of the Albion, and that's fine. You know, it's tried and tested. It's used every day, many millions of times. The issue is that the general manager from the Albion knows exactly why this is, so he replies, but he only replies to me, doesn't reply to everybody else. So this idea of collaboration has gone out the window. It's now just two of us talking. The other people have been cut out of the conversation. So, based on the fact that most decisions within business, certainly based around data items, you know, solving problems, are not done in isolation. They're done with collaboration in a team. We can use the business analytics software to collaborate. So what I'm going to do is I can go in here and I can add a note. I can choose the people or the group of people that I want the note to be aimed at. I can take a snapshot. Now that's my selection state. That's what I've used to get to, that's all those selections I've made to get to this point. So that's really important. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And I can put a note in. So issues with Jaeger and the Albion. So down year on year, 7K. Okay, so we've put that note into the system. It's against that particular data item. So what happens now is if I replicate what happens if one of the other people in this list, so say the area manager, logs in. He can log in. He knows he's got a note. Yeah, we can see it here. He clicks on it. He can select that little snapshot, and it takes him back to where we were. So when I wrote this note in the first place, this is what I was looking at. So now he can comment. Issues with binge drinking, etc. So I won't do much more than that, but anyway. And he could make some selections as well. So actually, it's not just about the Albion. No, actually, it is just about the Albion. Because Jägermeister is up everywhere else. But we can take that snapshot and click done. So we're building up an audit trail of this conversation. So that means anybody that's got access to this conversation can go in and see what's going on, see what's happening. Okay, so let me quickly recap. So we spoke about this being a dashboard, and a dashboard is the start of your journey through business analytics. You should be able to gain insight without doing anything. So log in, should be up to date. All the metrics that I need in order to run my business should be in front of me in summary, and I can then drill to the detail. And here we found that we had an issue at City Taverns, and we explored the data through unit analysis to product analysis and found out that one particular pub had an issue with Jägermeister year on year, and we collaborated with our team to communicate that problem. Thank you very much for your time. That's Business Analytics.
Thank you, Jason. We hope you found the introduction to Business Analytics interesting, and that you're able to join us for our next educational webinar, which is on the 2nd of July, for basket analysis and what-if scenarios. We hope you found today interesting, and if you'd like to discuss any further, please do contact us. Thank you for your time.